Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 216 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Eric Toledo. Joining me today, Christian Toledo. What?
How's the camera zooming going for us?
It's spazzing out a little bit.
It spazzed out a little bit. I cannot fix this thing.
Anyway. Technology has plagued us for some 3 and a bit years now.
For an eternity. It has plagued us.
But we're here. We're here every week. We got a chapter this week. Chapter next week.
We're back.
Big W or Big L on the horizon. Probably next week, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll figure it out.
Subscribe to the channel. Like the video to see if we get that W or L.
Yeah. Exactly.
But, yeah, we also have a dog in here. Keen viewers have noticed that she's been around.
Long time. She's the show starter?
But, she's very annoying and wants to harass.
Find a spot.
Oh,
Thank
dear.
you.
Don't go that way. That cable's in the way. The whole thing might come apart. But, it'll go how it goes. Now, the camera went off last week. Will it happen again?
You think you solved one problem?
Any ideas why that happened?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a minor internet disconnection, desync. But
Okay.
that's what I predict. I got no idea.
What do we got for the people, Christian?
Got the chapter. Kid and Law versus Big Mom. Now we'll get into the meaning of this title later.
What?
Good House Story Shanks.
Always.
We got topic of the show. Too many concessions. Too many caveats over there.
Right.
With this arc. Too many. Alright? We got Thunderdome. We got questions. Alright, we got it all.
Big couple of weeks coming up for the One Piece.
We get a lot of answers to a lot of questions that we need to find out.
Shape next arcs, perhaps.
Exactly. We got Nami in the anime, Eric. Doing some star skills.
Right.
Not what I want to see.
Okay.
But some people did alert me to the star skills in the anime.
Right.
They're a very slow episode. Nami and Usopp are running at like half a kilometer an hour. Page 1 and Ulti are also moving that slow.
Right.
What's going on?
Really keeping the integrity of the pace up.
Toei at it again, but they kind of did the moment justice. Little flashbacks, whatever.
Okay.
Now people saying they actually felt the moment because they had the flashbacks, Eric.
Man.
They needed the flashbacks. They needed the nostalgia bait to make that moment work for them. Questionable.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What's going on? You got anything to say about Shadow Soul? What?
More chapters. Another fight coming up very soon.
Okay.
Enjoy it. Move on. Move it in to the chapter. Now, Eric names the episodes.
Yes.
And Eric does the thumbnail.
Yes.
Now,
Very specific theme this week.
sure. But Eric,
Mm-hmm.
there's an issue I've been spotting.
What?
With thumbnails. So much reuse.
Yes.
Where's the new thumbnails?
See, this is the issue, right? Kid is a pain in the ass. His neck is way too wide.
What?
And he's annoying to fit in the aspect ratio.
Okay. But we are... Can the people get a new thumbnail, Eric?
The people got a new thumbnail last week. Or the week before. But yeah. They can.
Alright.
It just depends on what I'm feeling, you know?
There you go. Alright? Now, the Kid Defender's going to come out in this one, Eric. It's going to be a
I don't know if there's any left.
It's going to be a controversial episode.
There's a few left.
There's a few Kid Defenders. But we're going to give Kid his credit. He's got some credit. I gave him credit in my top 30 list. Eric didn't even put him on the list. Which is fraudulent.
Would Bartolomeo not be doing the same thing?
No.
Why?
Bebop would overpower that barrier. Don't make her overpower that barrier. I could forget the birdcage.
The birdcage is the
I
ultimate
could forget the
move.
birdcage.
The birdcage is the ultimate move.
No. Bartolomeo would not be doing the same shit. You gotta give Kid his physical feats.
No, he's physically powerful, but...
He's got a lot of power behind him.
Let's get into the chapter anyway.
Alright. Chapter 1038. Kid and Law versus Big Mom. First thing we see, very interesting, Eric.
Uh-huh.
Niji and Yoji are captured in Hokage Island.
Consequences people wanted.
Finally.
Now...
This brings up a lot of topics.
Yes.
Are the Fishman Pirates actually fine? Or is Jinbei lying?
Well, I don't see no books with Fisherman Pirates in there, Christian.
Maybe next week.
Okay.
2. What does this mean for Big Mom? What does this mean for Germa?
Yeah.
Are Germa returning to the plot to solve this issue?
Mm-hmm.
And 3. Are we going to see some betrayals and we're going to get the formation of the Katakuri Pirates?
I don't know where that came out, but...
That's just my personal theory.
Anyway, well... This could be the catalyst for Straw Hats to go back and save Neji and shit. But probably Pudding's going to do it in the cover story. One would imagine.
Sure. We do see some characters there.
Oven. Not dead.
Who thought he was dead?
Confirmed.
Oven. Pudding's there. Alright, so...
We'll see where this goes.
We'll see where this goes. I'm imagining Pudding frees them.
Yeah. You'd think so.
The conclusion to this is Pudding frees
Now,
them.
Judd's a bum and just left them.
We knew that.
But,
yeah.
assumed.
Alright. Going to the actual chapter. Rosa versus Fukuroku, dude. They're both stunned, they're both burning each other.
This is a meme.
The resolve, whatever.
Yeah.
Alright. We cut over for Jinbei. Jinbei holds up a roof. He's now stuck holding a roof, Eric. That's what Jinbei's doing. He's holding a roof. Alright, he's occupied.
Okay.
We move over to Chopper. Chopper's back to his normal form. Okay.
Finally. He was worried about Zorro.
So it's been 30 minutes since he punched Queen.
Right.
Alright. What's the cooldown?
No, you can use the monster point for 30 minutes. I don't remember if there was a cooldown.
Whatever the cooldown is.
Which is weird why Oda puts a cooldown limit on Chopper when Chopper's not that powerful.
We'll get to
but
it.
whatever.
Monster point's not that impressive.
Yeah, and it doesn't need a cooldown.
Yeah. Chopper's worried about Zorro. He retells us the drug effect. Clarifies it a little bit for the audience. In exchange for a burst of extreme healing, you'll suffer twice the damage later on. Now, to me this is saying Zorro was at full HP after this drug. What do you think about that?
Zorro's at full HP.
After he takes his drug.
Yeah.
He's fully healed, he's ready to go.
But he's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. So, this is more this is clearing it up a little bit. People are like, is it pain suppression? Is it actual healing? Some questions with this thing.
Yeah.
A little more clarity. Good to see. We're worried about Zorro. We cut out of Zorro, and the most bizarre panels, maybe in the series.
Which could mean anything.
We could mean anything.
Right.
Zorro sees the Grim Reaper and he can't move.
Probably Brook Maimon is the correct, is
Now,
the most likely answer.
Is it a Brook Memeing?
Is it death itself?
Is it death itself?
Coming for Zorro.
Is it Ember? Some people like to say it's Ember. Is it Zorro hallucinating? He's on the brink of death.
It looks very specifically like Brook.
It looks like Brook.
Yeah.
But people, that's just a skull face. Alright. Also, where the fuck is Brook? He's supposed to be with Robin. Why is he memeing outside with Zorro?
Maybe he's with Robin there.
So he ran outside, and Is Zorro hallucinating the Grim Reaper attire and thinks Brook looks like a Grim Reaper?
It's gonna be a meme. Somehow he got the it's like a sheet that was burnt on him or something.
I'm not buying.
Some kind of meme.
I'm not buying that Zorro's gonna fight death.
And conquer death.
And conquer death. Fucking so stupid and ridiculous.
I mean, but if he does, that's wild to put it here.
That's crazy. Alright.
Now, the underworld does exist, Christian.
So, we could say this is as close to death as Zorro's ever been.
Sure.
His
literally.
body was pulverized by 2 emperors.
He's down bad.
Alright? And then he goes and takes his drug. Goes and fights King. Gets damaged quite a bit. Huffing and puffing, wheezing. Right? And then he gets
The Haki suck was real as well. Don't forget
Darky
that.
suck.
Yeah.
I know that that accumulates the damage, but whatever.
Exhaustion.
Okay.
He said he was going to die, Christian, if he uses that much Haki.
But then he takes double the damage he took from the Ocean Sovereignty.
And the King fight.
Well, I don't know if that's retroactive damage plus 2, but whatever. Hey, who knows how the fuck this thing works?
Okay.
But
He's going to be down bad for a while.
he's gonna be down bad.
Can't fight Ben Beckman next arc, surely.
Oh, well, Chopper's got some.
How many times is Zorro...
Chopper's got some New World medicine.
Is this the third time Zorro's going to be down bad in between arcs?
Yeah.
Nice.
But Zorro fights hard. Alright?
Yeah.
Frankie looking for Zorro after King punted him a lot of chapters ago.
He's still running.
It's like, where the fuck did this...
Where did this
I
fight
thought he
happen?
said he was fine.
Where?
Instantly gets
Punted away.
punted up. Almost off the island.
Yeah.
Alright. We cut over to Izo, Eric. Do you remember Izo?
I do.
From Marineford.
Pivotal.
Pivotal character.
Pivotal
Marineford
role.
character.
Pivotal role even.
Alright. Pivotal Marineford character.
Uh-huh.
Is damaged from Beast Pirate Fodder.
They're tough, Christian.
The numbers are.
How can we forget Crabman against Zorro?
Crabman might have been a tougher fight than King.
Perhaps.
Alright. We got the Crabman. Well, we got Beast Pirate Fodder. But there's still Beast Pirates.
CP0 comes.
And
They're like, yeah, you're one of the Whitebeard Pirates, but you're old news.
no one cares.
You're done.
No one cares about
We're
you.
talking about Monkey D now.
And then Izo clicks her gun. She's like, I'm ready to fight.
She.
I thought, is it the same situation as Kiku?
I don't think so.
It's not?
Kiku calls her brother. If you don't remember.
But does Izo call Kiku brother or sister?
I don't fucking
See, it's a mess.
Alright.
But I'm gonna, whatever. Alright?
Sure.
Not
Anyway,
sure. Izo.
Is Izo going to get lit up by CP0? Is that
Yes.
what's happening?
If X-Ray got lit up, Izo's getting lit up.
Drake got fucked up.
Alright? So, there you go. We move on to Yamato. After the fire slime, she freezes the bombs that have nuclear symbols on them.
Cartoon bombs as well.
Nuclear symbols, Eric.
Queen made them. Presumably.
Nuclear weapons?
I wouldn't put it past Kaido.
That's crazy. Alright?
Seems a bit dangerous having just a random bomb.
To have nuclear warheads just
with
lying around.
with a wick on it. Ready to be lit by
We got
anyone.
cartoon bombs, Eric.
Yeah.
Cartoon bombs. Yamato freezes them. The slime hits him. Nothing happens. Now she's fighting the slime. Okay.
It's got weird abilities and stuff.
It's made of fire. What? Alright. Well, Yamato will get it done. There's no doubt. The person who fought Kaido is gonna get rid of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's going on. Alright. Now we're on to the main event. The title of the chapter, Eric. Kid and Law versus Big Mom. Well, it's not much of a fight. Alright? Because we cut over and Big Mom
Is pummeling the shit
has
out of
already
him.
won.
Right. Pummeled him on the floor.
Big Mom, the crew's come out screaming, crying.
Stop.
Stop, they're already dead.
Yeah.
Please.
Cue the Simpsons meme.
100%. Alright? Big Mom's calling pathetic. Your crew's crying out for you. You're pathetic.
Right.
See, if this was the Straw Hats, they would actually attack Big Mom and stop her.
Well, Usopp would be yelling and screaming, so probably with Nami, but you know.
But Zorro was all the way.
Yeah.
Kid.
Zorro would
Has
do
no
raw
Zorro.
things. Right.
We see some Porter Kid pirates.
Get a
See-
get a doctor. Big Mom electrocutes all of them.
See, the Straw Hats are high quality members only.
Yes.
There's no fodder. Are people gonna meme, say Usopp, Nami? No, they're not fodder.
Right.
Alright? We got Kid Pirate fodder, and we got some hard pirate fodder.
I back in Usopp against Heat.
No, Rick, the heat vision, very, very dangerous.
You don't know that Heat has got Heat vision. He's just named Heat.
I thought you said oven. I was thinking oven.
Right.
Heat from Kid's crew.
Yeah.
But These crews suck,
Also,
man.
the heat vision not that dangerous.
Oh, right. These crews suck.
They do.
G-Bot doing nothing.
Well, Monkey D's making that Yonko crew. I don't know what the other two
I don't know what King and Law are doing.
Law especially. Lucky Law carries.
Law carries hard. Kid at least has Killer.
And Killer doing a lot.
Doing a lot of work. But Law's crew is so bad. G-Bot, why would we even pick you up
I don't
at
know.
Sabondi? What do you do?
Maybe
Do you do anything?
Nah, just kind of in the prison.
Alright.
In the trade.
So, shout out G-Bot for doing nothing. They run in, try and save their captains. Big Mom just clears the trash. Get out of here. What is this? What do you think this
This
is?
is a battlefield. What are you doing?
Get out of here. Alright? Big Mom fries them. Big Mom then leaves to the rooftop, saying she's tired. A little tired here.
Okay.
Alright? I hope Kaido is not fucking around here. Playing patty cakes with Monkey D.
Right.
Alright? Serious. She flies off. Law gets up. Somehow. Kroom.
Twice.
This is the canonical second time.
Right.
He hasn't used it off screen. So you can get that out of your head.
Okay.
He hasn't used it off screen.
It's twice.
That's his second time using it.
You can't use it a third. Otherwise, why even say what you said?
Yeah, we'll
over?
get to it. Alright? Law extends his blade.
Assumably the Kroom effect.
Kroom effect goes through Big Mom. Shock Willie. Now, people bring this up all the time, Eric.
Mm.
Where's the haki?
I don't think Law needs haki.
Where's the observation haki?
Big Mom.
Where's the armament haki?
We know Big Mom has it.
She has Conqueror's coding.
We've seen it.
Eric, she doesn't just have. She doesn't just have haki.
Right.
She has the ultimate form of haki. Nowhere to be seen
Sure.
from Big Mom. It's just, again, concessions. Because if Big Mom spamming armament haki, Kin Lord doing nothing, which she should be doing, because she's an emperor and a top tier, and Monkey D's gonna do it. Monkey D's allowed to do it.
What?
Big Mom,
Kaido
Kaido,
using that cock in every attack.
Big Mom not allowed to use Conqueror's
Right.
coding. Just only allowed to use lightning bolts.
Only used, like, she didn't even need to use it on page 1. She just one-shot him anyway.
Yeah.
Odd.
And then we have Kid getting back up. He uses his magnetic abilities
To touch the beams to Big
To-
Mom.
attach the beams
It's a bit difficult to see.
and make a ball.
Right.
And then he rams Big Mom, saying, water droplets can even carve stone, Eric.
Well, first, the most important thing is she goes, "You're hell-bent on taking my head."
That's right.
And he goes,
No,
"I have to find myself driven by a different goal, Christian.
that's right. Stall.
To stall you
The
out.
stall is in.
You're not allowed on the rooftop."
And the last line of the chapter. What is it?
Fucking, what, we'd rather die than let you on the rooftop?
Something like that. Yeah.
Which is interesting because Big Mom asked the question to Kid.
Do you want my head?
He
Kid
goes-
basically says no.
Kid says, no,
Because I know I can't take
there
it.
is a different purpose. Which is interesting. Full-blown Monkey D.
Because Monkey D's close to getting coded
Now,
up.
I'd like to know that the Alliance's plan about Big Mom, because it seems like she's just ignoring her. And once they defeat
I mean, this has been the problem the whole time. This has been the problem the whole time, but whatever.
Once they defeat Kaido, she's just going to go away. Is that
Yeah,
what they
it's over. The
think?
battle's over.
Right.
Once Kaido's defeated, the battle's over. But, yeah, this has been the problem the whole time. But, Big Mom gets rammed, chapter ends. Now, Eric. This cannot be the final attack on Big Mom. Lame line with no ambition from Kid. Or Law. Lame attack. Law uses crew. The same move. Okay. We got Kid doing some bull attack. It's not impressive enough. Big Mom cannot go down from it. It would be beyond belief. Beyond belief. If Big Mom is done from this attack. Beyond belief.
What are you saying? You saying defeat, or you saying
knocked off the island?
Is that what you're saying?
We're running Big Mom off the island.
Yes.
Defeat is beyond belief. No one buys it. No one's buying this.
Right. Not even good.
Who's buying this? Kid and Law haven't been buying it.
Right.
No one's buying this. So please, Oda, don't do it. Because it would cheapen the victory for Luffy.
I don't know why he would do it and then have the lines he had this week.
If the lines were, we're going to take your head, blah, blah, blah.
This is our generation.
Yeah,
we're going to surpass you.
But it's not. We're not going to let you on the rooftop.
Because Monkey D's close to victory.
Yeah. Big Mom can... We've gone through this before, but... Big Mom should not be defeated here. It would take too much away from Luffy's victory. And it would make the Emperor fights look easy. Because Kid and Law, they haven't developed any new techniques.
All you got to do is use Awakening 4 times on Eddie Beta.
Yeah, they haven't used any new techniques that they've learnt or gotten power-ups
Kid's
for.
still perplexed about how to do any damage to anything.
Yeah, Kid, I don't even know. It wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel earned that one of the top tiers of the verse has gone down. It just... I don't think it's possible. I'm just going to put it out there.
Right.
So...
We'll find out next week.
We've been saying Big Mom's going to get stalled out. Right, and next week is the victory lap, if we are correct. Because I know people are tired of Big Mom. I know people don't want to see Big Mom. But it needs to happen for the believability of the story as a whole.
Right.
You can't just sacrifice the top tiers because you don't want to see them again. We have to keep it intact. And that's going to come with its pros and its cons. So please, Oda, don't do it. Alright?
Oda's going to do the right thing at this one time.
Alright.
But we've never bought it. Because it's never been...
Yeah.
Like, it's never been believable.
No, it's never been believable. So, if Law isn't done after this second Kroom, why? Why even say Awakening uses a lot of stamina?
Yeah. So much, it's the last ditch effort.
Last ditch. I don't want to... They already got defeated, Eric. They're already on the ground.
Wide-eyed.
Wide-eyed defeated.
Yeah.
If the crew's didn't make her Big Mom stop, they're both dead. Am I right or am I wrong?
They can't use it again. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do an ultimate attack using another round of Awakening. Kid's Awakening is just like...
It would be useful to stall Big Mom.
Right.
We'll say that.
Put her in a box.
Put her in a box, stall her out, whatever.
Yeah.
Alright? But it's just unbelievable, dude. Anyway. This chapter... A lot of catch up, a little looking around. The Kid and Law stuff.
It was an okay
It was
chapter.
alright. I mean, just look at the thumbnails around YouTube. No one's talking about the Big Mom.
It's all about Brooke.
It's all about
Zorro.
Zorro finding the Grim Reaper.
Death.
Which we know is a meme. Come on.
Yeah.
We know it's a meme.
I think we know it's a meme.
I think we know it's a meme.
It'd be interesting if it wasn't a meme.
Oh, fascinating. We'll just open up a whole
The Underworld.
verse. We're just opening up. We're just going deeper.
Sure.
It'd be weird. So I'm gonna go
Is it 6 or so?
6, 7 out of 10. I mean, it would have been a travesty if they're talking about defeating Big Mom. So at least we got what we wanted. You know what I mean?
And it wasn't really a versus chapter because they're on the floor.
Yeah, it was kind of misleading there with the chapter title.
Right.
But Eric, do you say this fight's over? No matter what happens, this fight's over.
I mean, the result will happen next
the
week.
result is next week.
Yeah.
Because you look at all the Robin versus Black Maria, Frankie versus Sakatsuki.
The result
Jinbei
happened.
versus Who's Who.
Zoro
Queen
versus
Queen versus Sanji. King versus Zorro.
The result happens.
Result happens. A big attack. Result happens. So we'll see. We'll see next week. But please over. Anyway, that's the chapter. Predictions next week, Eric. We're close to wrapping this whole thing up. If the Big Mom's solution is done,
I think the entire chapter is going to be Big Mom's solution.
Entire chapter.
Most of it.
I don't think we need that much time for that.
Depends how tricky they get.
She fell off the island onto Onigashima. Whatever. Kid used his box again to trap Hera and Prometheus. Okay, done.
I think it's going to be most of the chapter.
Okay.
His Big Mom stuff.
Maybe a little wrap up on the other
to
plots.
finish that plot. And then, whatever, Brooke. Big Mayman.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on.
And then we stop the Yamato thing. And then Fukuro Kuju and Raizo.
That's like one chapter, dude. All those wrap ups.
Yeah.
So next week, Big Mom. Then all the small wrap ups and Luffy's card.
I think Momonosuke's solution is probably the second last. You'd imagine.
I'm sure he's kind of already working it out though. And Zunisha's.
I mean, at some point, the civilians need to start screaming about Onigashima on top of the.
Yeah.
On top of Wano as well. So all that stuff needs to happen.
Do we get the Kaido flashback at any point?
Once we wrap all the plots.
Do you think we're gonna get it?
I think we'll get Wise on Wano. And more King
Will
stuff.
be like 10 chapters, one
Rocks
chapter?
is later.
Rocks is later.
Rocks is later. He's already started he's already established the King Kaido relationship and what Joy Boy means and all that stuff. So he's gonna answer those questions.
We're gonna answer it, yeah. So do we get a Kaido flashback?
Of what? What do you mean? Like Kaido on Rocks?
Kaido on Rocks. He's a full adventure. He's full journey.
Yeah, you'll get that later when
I think
Oda wants to talk about Rocks.
I think we need his defeat and why he's salty. We need that. We didn't know why he's not Joy Boy. And where he's failed.
Right.
And why he's on Wano. We need that.
Yeah. When do we usually get the flashback? On the final battle? When everything else is done, or what?
Well, we got Dofi's when he was fighting Law.
Which made sense at the Crow's
Which made sense at the time.
And it was a Law flashback also.
Yeah.
I don't know, we didn't get a Crocodile flashback,
Crocodile didn't need a flashback.
We didn't really get a Rob Lucci flashback either.
Little fucking 2 pages, whatever. But yeah, it happened during the fight. Spander's like, "Do you know about Rob Lucci?"
We didn't really get a Katakuri flashback either.
Yeah, but those characters didn't need flashbacks.
Yeah.
Katakuri didn't need a flashback. Kaido needs a flashback.
Well, it'll happen when we go to the rooftop, if it happens.
All right, moving on.
Probably. Before Gear 4 or after Gear 4?
Before.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Oda goes Gear 4 Tiger Man and then cuts to the flashback. Meme.
Yeah. Moving on. How strong is Shanks? How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks? And every week we answer Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King.
Yes.
But there are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. Who think Blackbeard's the strongest. Who thinks sweatiest man on the planet Alkain is the strongest. There are even people out there that think Mihawk's the strongest. And worst of them all, there are people out there that think Armu is the strongest. And they're all wrong. And they're all incorrect. And every week we bring 100% factual information to the table. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong that no amount of water can even take away an atom of the stone that is Shanks. There's no amount of bullshit attacks,
Chip
damage, no amount that can stop Shanks. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the GOAT King. Moving on to the topic of the show, too many compromises. Would you say Wano is the arc of compromise? We have this power up, but it costs this. This costs that.
Yes.
This does that, but you get that. How many of these exist?
Zorro takes the attack, but it's only for a couple of seconds, and all his bones are broken.
Yeah, and Law has to teleport him, so it's not broken.
Right.
Oda has put in so many caveats on every fight, on every interaction with power-ups. This arc. It's too much to keep track of. It's messy. It's just messy, and a lot of the times, it's just unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Just let the characters do the thing. Alright?
I think people assumed Kid and Law were awakened, or at least Kid. You didn't need do we need the stamina requirement?
Oda, in his mind, has to balance it. It's like Gear 4.
Right.
Was it necessary to have the time limit back again? Maybe not.
Now, does Chopper have a limit because it's a meme, or because he wanted a limit?
This is what I mean.
Right.
But like every power-up has a limit. Every ability has some sort of drawback. It gets messy and frustrating to constantly keep on reading. This thing costs a lot of stamina. This thing drains my heart.
Even with too long, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off.
Yeah. You need the moonlight, you need this, you need that. Too many mechanics going on. It extends the panel time, it extends the length of the series, but it's constantly having to go, this costs stamina, that costs this costs that. Alright? Look at this week. Big Mom defeated Kid and Law.
Yeah.
And then we have to stall for a little bit because it would be too unrealistic for them to just get up after some sort of onslaught, Eric. We have to stall. Big Mom has to start flying away. And then Law can get up. Again, more caveats. Stall. Give him a time to breathe. Make Big Mom stop attacking, otherwise they'll die. And then Law can do his thing, and then we can get a sneak attack and hit Big Mom. Like, nothing's clean in Onigashima. You know? Nothing's clean. It's very messy. Sneak attacks. Caveats. Oh, they only hit Big Mom because she wasn't paying attention. They only were able to knock Big Mom off the island because Law was able to use the sneak attack and knock her off. They only survived Big Mom because the crews interfered. And then Big Mom had to stop the crew. Like, nothing is clean. It's just, everything's so messy.
Yeah.
In every scenario.
Yeah, and there's a lot of by the ways, this and that.
Yeah.
Going on as well.
Like, look at Zorro, right? Goes to the rooftop. Oda wants Zorro hype. Oda wants Zorro sauce. He gives him the Zorro hype, he gives him the Zorro sauce. Zorro uses Ashura. Doesn't do as much damage as Zoro's wanted to do. And that's Oda saying, no. Zoro's not ready.
What?
Zoro's not here. And then we have Zorro blocking the Emperor attack, the Ocean Sovereignty, right? Apparently every bone in his body's broken. He only blocks it for a few seconds. Law teleports him, right? And then we go back downstairs.
And then he gets up anyway.
He gets up anyway with his Zo drug, so we can go fight King. And now we have like a million asterisks on every Zorro fucking feat because, he tanked it, but he was on the brink of death. But then the drug gave him extra.
He has Conqueror's Haki, but he didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, he has Conqueror's Haki, but he didn't know how to use it. Now he's unlocked it. Now he can actually use it, but it drains
Sanji awakens his abilities.
It drains his Haki at an extreme level, and if he uses it too much, he'll die. Sanji, so much information.
Sanji destroyed his Ray too, but he's also evolving. But did he evolve back?
Yeah.
Is he,
There's so many.
Queen's maiming the entire time.
there's so many mechanics and things that's going on.
Right.
Like, look at the Nami versus Big Mom. Or Nami versus Ulti. Nami got the W, but Big Mom did all the damage. Again, compromises.
Right.
Oda needs to just pick an answer and stick with it. Because everything, like, almost, like, even look at the CP0 situation.
They're just kind of running around now.
Drake lost because Apu ran away. So there's a caveat on that.
Right.
There's a compromise there. Like, everything in Onigashima.
Yeah, Aiz is already
so
hurt,
messy.
so what does it mean if he fights, CP0? A lot of caveats and asterisks on a lot of things.
Of course, the Kinemon death, how could we forget?
Ultimate meme.
This just leads to people questioning literally everything and forgetting half the details.
Right.
Because there's just so many details to keep track of. Oda needs to streamline this shit. And that's what I hope to see next arc. Oda just go and streamline with it.
Well, I don't know if we need caveats.
It doesn't need to be that complicated.
Right.
You either do it or you don't do it. We don't need things to be this
Yeah,
complicated.
Zoro's either on the rooftop or he isn't, Zoro skies Kaido or he doesn't.
Yeah.
We don't need the 19 different ifs and buts and whys.
Like, Kaido's like, even with the Ashura shit, he's like, that'll give me a scar, but it didn't knock him down. Conflicting things there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we got Luffy knocking him down with Conqueror's coding. Thinking, and then what do we think? That Luffy, normal Conqueror's punch, is stronger than Ashura. Like, it's just little things that keep on adding up to, like, the confusion.
Yeah.
And the chaos of this point of the story. He needs to streamline it. And that's my rant over. I just want to see Oda streamline this shit.
Like, even with Yamato, she tanked the Bagua, but later on she realized she took more damage than what it seemed,
Yeah.
There's always these little...
but.
Yeah. Not
And
unnecessary.
but.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. And sometimes no also.
Yeah.
You don't want no also. Alright.
Like, the only reason why Sanji was able to escape was because Queen's a meme and shot himself in the back with his rockets.
Yeah, like, shit like that. It's just... Like, the Chopper shit. Why is Chopper damaging Queen?
Oh, then there's a caveat.
And then there's a caveat. Oh, I got this extra 30 minutes.
There's a drawback.
There's a drawback. Okay. Then we go over the marker. I'm doing all the shit, but I'm running out of stamina. There's a drawback to my abilities. It's not endless. Yada yada. There's just so many of these little things that just annoy me. Alright? Streamline it, please. Alright? Now, moving on to the Thunder Dope. A very interesting matchup, Eric. Thunderdome, Eric.
What do we got?
We have Nami versus Doflamingo's right-hand man, Trebol, the meme lord.
Would it electric ignite the man?
That's my question. Does Nami have what it takes to outgoon, to completely bamboozle Trebol and just line him up and destroy him? That's my question.
Yes.
Let's get into this, Eric. Nami tanked multiple ulti headbutts
Correct.
with Haki on them. She has defensive feats. Do we think the physical goo powers of Trebol are enough to knock out Nami in one hit? Let's just say.
She has the... probably not. Also, she's got tricks.
Penetration damage.
A sentient being as well.
Yeah, Zeus. Yeah. Hits it with the electric.
The gust temp, the gust lance.
Yeah. Trebol got defeated by an explosion that I saw through the chest. Trebol got disrespected by Luffy.
Slapped him out of the way.
Just get out of here, you bum. Alright? Absolute clown.
Stooge.
Right. Alright? I think Nami gets it done, Eric. Gust tempo. Maybe with a little heat balls. Little fire coming out of the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Surely Nami can take an explosion at this point. She got that tanked ulti headbutts.
Yes.
So, we're going to have to give this one to Nami, Eric.
W.
Big W. Right? Now people are going to bring up she's going to get stuck in the goo. No.
Zeus is still sentient.
Wind gust. Get out of there. Fly, do whatever you want. Fly on Zeus,
How
whatever.
can we forget Mirage Tempo?
Mirage tempo. Treble's the dumb piece of shit.
Right.
He's not going to know what to do.
It's got an observation hockey.
No. Oh, no, he does, Eric. He slapped that fly.
I haven't seen it.
How can we forget?
It's rumor.
Where he sniped that fly out of the air. He's got the hockey, but doesn't matter. Zeus gets it done, though.
Yes.
All right. Moving on
Questions.
to questions. Time for questions, Eric. First one comes in from Abhishek D. So how long do you think ISO could last against the CP0? Or do you think there's death flags for him? Death flags? Would anyone care?
G-Man might come in. Some.
Jinbei's busy holding up a roof.
Oh, well, he can't hold it up forever.
Alright? Jinbei's busy holding up a roof. He's gonna get destroyed. If Drake got destroyed, surely
Could you
Aizen
imagine
gets
if
destroyed.
Aizen beats him? Hilarious. What is CP trying to do? Get Nate Robin?
The scabbard source would be ridiculous.
Sure.
Yes, they're trying to get Robin.
Okay. Next question.
From Mont, will Big Mom get skinny in this fight? Thin Mom uses her fat ability.
Oda's done with
suck it down.
Oda's done with this fight.
Will we see Thin Mom in the Luffy fight?
Maybe. Buff Mom. Life Returns Mom.
Life returns Mom.
She's jacked.
Yoked.
Yeah.
Alright? Throwing out Albas spears. Actually fighting like she's supposed
Yeah,
to.
she's gonna actually fight Luffy legitimately.
Using Conqueror's coding.
not
fight
against,
Luffy.
not against King Law though.
Not against Kid Law though. Anyway. We move on. Watch Luffy vs Big Mom look more impressive than Luffy vs Kaido.
Yeah.
Because she's allowed to do things.
But
Alright? But, anyway, we're moving on. From Ganther. 1. How many chapters do you guys think until we get the return of Olin? Never happening again. We don't want it to happen again, Eric. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Please no. Now, the option on the table for Olin is still here, Eric.
of course, how can we forget?
For next week. We're going to be trying to dodge a lot of balls next week, Eric. We hope and pray.
We hope Oda throws a needle.
2. Will Kid's Conquerors ever be shown in this arc? What did it?
Kaido said he has it.
Yeah, but it was never shown.
Yes.
Okay. 3. How many crews can Law do before he's done for this arc? This has to be the last one.
2 apparently.
This has to be the last one.
Right.
From Jacko. Aside from Luffy, who was the MVP of this arc so far? You gotta give it to Zorro, or you gotta give it to Law.
Law's been doing the hard work.
He's been putting in the hard yards, playing his role. The ultimate support man.
Skim before Luffy was there.
That's true. I guess it's Law. From Amen Skrill. Do you think Oda will pull a fast one on us and say that the awakening they had were talking about was Brook's fruit? Now Brook's here as the devil, as the Grim Reaper. He's unlocked his final form.
How do they know?
Unless there's like some sort of clairvoyant ultimate observation.
Unless CP0
insanity.
like called them up. I don't know.
Yeah. From Dart. How come the majority of people don't watch your videos and don't have you guys in the top 5 One Piece YouTubers?
Because I don't know we exist.
You know, we don't have the clickbait videos. We don't have... that, you know, we're doing a podcast. You're either here or you're not here. We're not gonna make the fucking Is Zorro fighting the devil?
Right.
We're not gonna make those videos. Alright, we just don't have the time. We don't have the time for it. We come here every
I'm sure
week.
every content creator sees Zorro in a chapter and just rubs their hands together.
100%, Eric. Zorro gets the clicks. That's one thing you can say.
That's right.
From Easy. What if Raizo can't release his jutsu because he is being legitimately paralyzed and they are just stuck until one of them dies? Yeah, some meme's gonna happen. I can see this fight ending in a meme.
Yes.
Because it's kind of a meme fight, you know? From Dart, when's the next Let's Play?
When the next One Piece game comes out.
Let's not promise that. Because we had a Pyro Warriors 4.
We played it a bit.
But the game is so boring.
Yeah.
The game's gonna be... See, World Seeker, Eric, on hard, might have been
It's a good content.
full blown just cancer for me. But it made good content, Eric.
Like
The
Kizaru
the
fight.
legendary
Kizaru fight.
Kizaru fight.
Yeah. Wild.
Legendary. Go watch that video if you can find it. The legendary in the World Seeker Let's Play, me fighting Kizaru. The ultimate pain and suffering right there. Had to break the game to beat it. It's kind of nonsense what's going on.
Surpass the rules of the game.
Way to do it, alright? From Red Robin Podcast. Why does Oda insist on writing Big Mom like she's a helpless mage when she's a physical god whose arm and haki was strong enough to knock Luffy out of Gear 4 on contact?
She can walk through the planet, Christian. People forget.
Don't get me started on why she's not using haki. Don't get me started,
Don't get him started.
because I'm gonna get annoyed, and it's very annoying and very frustrating.
Yes.
Every character that has arm and haki and is a haki master uses it on every attack, except on characters who can't take it.
Yes.
It's very annoying. There's no reason why Big Mom isn't just spamming Conqueror's coding like Kaido is. Because Kaido is just spamming Conqueror's coding.
Yes.
Big Mom's used it once, maybe twice. But there you go. From Michael J. Is Zoro seeing the spirit of Enma? If so, could this relate to the legendary Black Blades?
Perhaps.
Could this be Ryuma? Very strange that he's in the Green Reaper form.
Yeah, I don't know why he's looking like Brook. It should be a ghostly rumor. But yeah, we'll see. I doubt it's gonna be.
I think it'd be a very weird plot point to have right now.
Yes.
At the end of the arc, you're gonna
Right before the climax.
You're gonna introduce Zoro fighting the Grim Reaper
Odd.
in some sort of Bleach-esque sword spirit fight.
It'd be odd.
Very strange. From Slick. If Big Mom truly gets defeated, are Kid and Law that much more powerful than Luffy, since it would take just those two who were injured, by the way, to beat a Emperor? Or would it be that Kaido is that much more powerful than Big Mom, given the effort it takes so far? Well, Oda made the effort to say they're equal in power. He made that claim. With that 3-day rule, whatever it was.
I'd go. I mean, it's a 2v1, so Luffy got the W.
Luke Kaido's been fighting everyone though.
True, but you know.
Yeah. Beyond Willie, it would be like Shock Willie's that good.
Yeah.
It would just be like Shock Willie is that good.
That's the only explanation.
Law's Awakening is so broken. It's better than fucking Conqueror's Coding.
Sure.
That's the only answer.
Why is it better than Goma Knife?
More powerful, Eric. That's all
Right,
you need to know.
okay. Sure.
From Bushido Brown, Eric. The stronger you are compared to your opposition, the less consequences you have to deal with. What's so hard to understand about the Straw Hats 3D 2Y training and the constant power-ups since entering the new world, causing less consequences because of their actions, unlike Kid and Law getting their arms taken off. Well, yeah, they trained. Yeah. It's kind of a weird sentiment, though. Like, oh, they've been through a lot, so less shit happens to them. I guess they prepared for the new world. Kind of, yeah. I get where you're coming from, but... people, plot armor, whatever, People say that kind of shit, whatever, From Dank Goku. I think Kaido's Devil Fruit would have been a better fit for someone from an enemy crew. Or Kid's Devil Fruit. Not Kaido's. I think Kid's Devil Fruit would have been a better fit for someone from an enemy crew. So like a random lackey. Or like a villain.
People want to nuance from Kid. They're never going to get it. This man is a crash and bash.
They got it once.
Yeah.
He's kind of an engineer. Like a junkyard engineer, I guess.
Yeah.
With that box.
Maybe he can pick up those Yamato bombs and throw them at Big Mom. Maybe they'll do something.
He's going to pick up the giant sword in Okushima.
Sure, how can we forget?
The giant sword.
Transform into the Megazord.
Will we see that? Who knows? From Darkoplex, could you guys make a second channel called the Victorian Punk Podcast in honor of the biggest fraud in manga? The Victoria Punk. He's talking about a fucking Kid. Why? How we couldn't do it? Why would we be bother?
Yeah, there's too much effort on Kid.
Too much on. Why would we waste that time? From Shadow, how does Law's crews get to Onigashima if Robbo only took Luffy up there? It's a good question. How did Jinbei get back up there, Eric?
What was he spotted?
He was spotted this week. He was spotted a few weeks ago, actually.
Maybe they were actually on Momonosuke. They just grabbed on.
Just grabbed on? I don't know. I don't know how the fuck they got back up.
It's the only way they get back up there, unless one of them can fly.
Maybe Jinbei can fly.
Skywalk, Jinbei.
Now, there were some...
Yeah, there were some
war pirates, or hard pirates up there already. So...
Yeah.
It's just like Jinbei, basically. Alright. From Mustafa, any real chance that Big Mom is defeated next chapter? Dude,
it's hard to believe.
The community, no one would like it. No one. There is no one in the One Piece community that would like Big Mom to be defeated this way with this lame ass speech from Kid.
Except Kid Frauds.
No, even the Kid Frauds like, what the fuck?
Right.
They wanted more fight. They wanted more Kid Source. They didn't get it. Okay. No one would be satisfied with this. It would be straight up terrible.
But there is a chance.
I'm going to say there's no chance.
Okay, there's no chance.
I'm betting the house on this one, Eric. There is no chance Oda will do this.
Okay.
Now, Eric, what do we... Of course, people will come back next week. What do we mean by defeated, blah, 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 whatever. You know what that means.
Right.
Stop. Please. You know what that means. It would be inconceivable, dude. He brings up Zorro versus King, stuff we've already brought up. I would prefer Olin to return the Big Mom gets defeated next week. And that's...
I wanted Odin to return.
Olin.
Oh, Olin. Olin's a possibility.
Anyway. Moving on to Dazbur. This wants to say Law deserves his flowers for eternity. Law's carrying. Ball's getting the job done. Alright? From Sigma. Is Law's awakening stronger than Zoro's Ashra? Fuck yes.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's so broken.
It's crazy.
It's a lot of damage. From Yogita. Are you guys still gonna believe that Kid is mid? Kid's where I put him on my top 30. Tanky man, lots of power. Struggles against top tiers, which is why he's above first commanders. I acknowledge this, Eric. I acknowledge this. Eric does not. Eric refuses to acknowledge. Alright, now, does Kid need a lot of prep time?
You can't tell me Kid beats Katakuri. You can't tell me Kid beats King. You can't tell me King beats Benny.
Kid beats Benny.
You can't tell me that.
Kid, he's not. He's in the conversation, but he's not top tier. Please, right? From Lifted Marco, does Oda think Kid is cool, or is he just trolling the fans? At the end of the day, everyone likes Luffy. That's what it's just gonna be.
Well, he's putting in the effort in the drawings. He could have just drawn metal balls.
That's true.
Called it a day.
Yeah. From Tom. Are Hiyori and Orochi mating since we haven't seen them for a while? No, they're just fucking around. Denjiro's gonna enter. Hiyori's gonna reveal herself, and then they're gonna kill her. Surely. The Kazuki clan rises.
Denjiro been missing for so long.
Where is he? Who knows? Right? From Super Beat. Are y'all twins, or is one older? Been wondering for a while. We're twins, and I'm older. There you go.
Correct.
There's the answer. From Danny. Who are the better wings of the Pirate King? Luffy? For Luffy. Zorro and Sanji or Kid and Law?
You're gonna have to go with the Ride or Die crew.
I know, but they're still in that Big Mom. It's a more impactful thing on this raid.
And Law is stupid.
If Big Mom is left free, a free agent on the battlefield.
Issues.
Massive issues. Luffy's not winning.
Okay.
So, for Onigashima, we have to go Kid and Law. But for the whole story as a whole, we have to go Zoro Sanji.
Of course.
Where are we? From Harvested Berry. I swear, if this I'm gonna say dumbass bull is a thing to take down. What? Is it take? Yeah, he doesn't want it to happen.
The more I think...
And did Oda forget that Big Mom can use Advanced Conquerors?
Must have. Also, I'm just thinking about it. Olin is a legitimate possibility. Because she becomes a non-threat immediately. And Tama's somewhere.
I mean, yeah, Olin's a possibility. Falls off Onigashima, bonks her head. Olin returns. She's just wandering around.
All the balls so powerful it hits her head. Kid and Law are done. They get knocked out, but she's Olin, so she doesn't kill them.
She gets knocked off. Onigashima, bonks her head. Olin returns. Therefore, removing Big Mom from the plot for the time being, and she's available for the banquet.
Okay. Is Olin the only way out of this?
No, there are other ways, Eric.
Okay.
There's always other ways. We don't have to indulge the demon that is Olin. Well, we can figure out other ways. For Chris D, got a serious question for us. How much do you think a series like Hunter x Hunter benefits from hiatuses? There's no benefit from hiatuses, dude.
Well, he's talking about top of the show and how there's restrictions and time limits and et cetera, and how it's, you know.
I mean, yeah, but it's been 2 years, dude.
Yeah, because last week we were talking about how Oda's got restrictions and time limits, and that factors in.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we've brought this up before, but like authors who are monthly get more time. We made all the points. Surely Togashi has written the entire thing by now.
Who knows what he does?
Who knows what Togashi does?
Yeah, I don't know if I want One Piece to be monthly or weekly, monthly or bi-weekly, because I need it.
It's true. It's pros and cons, you know. Like, you don't benefit from a 2-year hiatus.
Right.
People forget what the fuck's going on.
You lose momentum.
When you return, you can't just pick up where you left off, because no one fucking remembers jack shit.
Yeah, well, you lose momentum as well as a creator if you take that much time off as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure. He brings up a whole bunch of points, but yeah, you know. Comparing Hunter to One Piece are 2 different beasts, basically, at this point. Like, yeah, Hunter was weekly for a while. And, you know, it was quality. So, I guess it's that. I guess you could draw that comparison. From Dev. As much as you hate on Kid, he's the only one here, other than Luffy, with Yonko level power. If anyone before Wano throw in an Emperor,
he's got no haki.
You can't, like, even if, like, the physical, like, just because you block something with haki doesn't mean 0 damage is applied.
Gear 4 is Yonko level power.
Yeah, you have to give Kid credit, though. He's got the Emperor level power when he has the access to the metal. We can't forget that.
Okay, sure.
But he has, I acknowledge that, and that's why he's so high on my list, the top 30. I acknowledge this. Eric does not acknowledge this.
Where's the observation?
Yeah, Eric says he's got no haki. Right? But as we all know, just because you have no haki doesn't mean devil fruit ability.
That's true.
Isn't fucking important.
Our 0 penetration damage.
Yeah.
No creativity.
This is creative enough. Mechs, bulls, spear guns.
Bad awakening.
Awakening is suspect. But he's got the Emperor level power. We can't deny that.
I've said that.
We can't deny that. And he's got the taking ability. He's got crazy defense. Taking hits.
He is also a bum who can't figure out how to blow him.
There's all that shit. But you got to give Kid credit, Eric. You can't just be like he's a bum. He's not as good as
Is
Luffy.
he or isn't he a bum?
He's not a bum.
Zorro or Kid?
Kid. You know why?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
You know why?
Why?
Because Zorro, right? Is Zorro blocking that Emperor level attack power? Survey says no.
Should we put out a survey?
Is Zorro blocking Emperor level power from Kid?
People are just gonna meme and say blocked too.
I mean, it's a bad week to put this out.
Right.
Kid's in the mud, right? But you can't. The amount of attack power from Kid is ridiculous. You can't deny that.
Sure, but doing nothing.
To Emperors.
He needs to figure it out. He's low IQ. He's a low IQ fighter.
Yeah, but Eric, to other characters, he's impressive.
I know, but he's a low IQ fighter.
Alright, he's got a few good moves that aren't low IQ. Okay?
One.
A few.
Okay.
Anyway. From Malik. Kids... What? Kid used takedown. It wasn't very effective.
Correct.
We'll see next week.
Probably like metal iron head, you'd imagine.
Bulldoze? That's ground type, but
has to be steel.
From Sly Dark. So is Big Mom only allowed to use Conqueror's coding on page 1 and not Kingdom Lore?
Correct.
I'm glad people are making this observation. I'm glad about this. It's very annoying. It's probably one of the most annoying things I've seen in Onigashima.
Yes.
Is Big Mom not allowed to do anything for the plot? Well, there's no other excuse. There's
And
literally
then she's
no other excuse.
then she's allowed to one-shot bear when it's convenient for the plot.
Oh, when she's allowed to use Alba's spear, completely demolish kid, it's fine.
Right.
Which is, it's very annoying. From Dank Goku. Did Kid use his awakening to create the bull? No. Why would he need awakening for that? Very strange. And the last question from Flatisks. Fraud, I swear it comes to this point where no matter what Kid does, you're all just gonna hate.
He's a fraud.
With facepalm emoji, Eric. I've given Kid his credit, Eric. I don't like Kid, but I'm willing to give him his credit.
He ain't no Monkey D, and that makes him a fraud for claiming he's like Monkey D.
That is fraud. That's why he's fraudulent.
Yes.
Because he made the claim that he's his rival, nowhere close.
And now he knows he's fraudulent.
Yeah.
And that's why he says, I'm gonna stall you so Monkey D can get the victory. Yeah, we appreciate a team player.
That's it. Kid's a team player. He's now a team player. Character development. See, people want character development. Eric.
You got it.
People are confused that Kid has had this transformation.
I remember long ago when I said kids
100%.
character arc is gonna be
I agreed.
to learn
to
trust
Monkey D.
in Monkey D. And I got people like Matt B saying Cap.
It's such an obvious plotline.
You gotta be smart.
In Udon.
You gotta be smarter. He's screaming, I don't trust alliances anymore, and walks away from Monkey D after Luffy's like, let's fight together.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what's
I
gonna
wonder
happen.
what's going to happen with this plotline. Yeah.
Foolish.
Alright. Enough about that. Like the stream.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, Eric.
For the result.
Very nervous result. It could change the entirety of One Piece next week. This is a massively consequential chapter next week, Eric.
For arcs coming.
Massively consequential. So get prepared for that.
Alright.
Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the good kid.
Good night.
Good night.